Hello, welcome back, and today we are looking at a few different products I've not tried before. So the point of me starting this channel was to understand better how products are used, different purposes, and just to explore different brands which are out on the market today. So today I'm just doing a simple maintenance wash on the Citroen, which is the white DS3, and today we're going to be using HDD Breakthrough Road Rage in comparison to see how it does on the grime on the car as well as the bugs, and whether you really need to use this over a snow foam. Ferrous, the iron fallout, particularly on the wheels. I'm not going to do too much on the bodywork with it, it's just a maintenance wash. I've also got Infinity Wax Wipeout Snow Foam, and then one I've been waiting to use for quite a while, Car Pro Pearl. Okay guys, welcome back. Let's get on with this. So you can see these wheels are in quite a bad state. So before we start any sort of wash process with any chemicals or any brushes, we're going to reuse the pressure washer and just use the actual water pressure itself to knock off any loose contamination which sits on these wheels. Now if we was to start with the brushes before we did anything else, they're potentially going to pick up stones and grime which is sitting on the wheels. You're then going to carry that through the wash process and potentially damage your actual wheel faces themselves by inflicting scratches and swirl marks. So to start with, we're going to hit the tyres with the high definition road rage. Now this is in this lowest dilution format, and it was probably in too much of a diluted format to actually have an impact on the tyres. Now that's not saying that these tyres are particularly bad, and I was just experimenting to see whether you could use this as a tyre cleaner. It didn't foam up overly much, and you can see it hasn't pulled off much grime, which you probably expect a little bit more. So what I would suggest is this could be used at a higher dilution rate, which could probably have a higher impact on the tyres, or just stick with an APC or a dedicated tyre cleaner. With the tyres all scrubbed down, we then go over to the actual wheels themselves. So I've got 15mm in a 1 litre, I think it's a 1 litre IK foamer. Now it hasn't foamed up excessively much, and I think that's due to my IK foamer not performing as great as it should do. But you can see how much contamination has been pulled from the back of the wheel if you look at the bottom of the wheel here with the suds. And we're just using the EZ brushes, the larger and the small, to get between each of the spokes. We then go on to use a Vicant soft bristle brush just to finish the fronts of the wheels, just so we make sure each area of the wheel has been thoroughly cleaned with all the brushes available to us. Now this wheel cleaning process which I'm using here is one I use throughout every wheel clean I do, but generally I use Garage Therapy's one wheel shampoo. However, now this wheel cleaner from High Definition Detail Breakthrough has cleaned as well, if not I could say better than what the Garage Therapy one has done. But the difference between this one has such a pleasant scent with it which carries through the wash process. And I say at the end of this clean, even once I'd finished cleaning the wheels, cleaning the brushes and had them hanging up, you could still smell the cleaner on the brushes. So it just makes it a more pleasant wash. Really impressed with this product. Now after cleaning the wheels or before cleaning the wheels, it doesn't matter which, just make sure you do it. Thoroughly rinse out your wheel arches. Spend a good amount of time just blasting out the dirt and the crud which your tyres pick up. If they're carpeted like these, they will hold mud like anything, and this potentially could cause you a rust issue later down the line. rinse them out as thoroughly as you can, and then if possible, I've got the EZ bog brush style brush. I liberally sprayed that with the high definition road rage, and then agitated that through just to give them a thorough clean out, and then again just give them a thorough blast out. You can just see just by pressure washing the mud out how much of a difference it makes before the agitation. Really important you spend the time to clean your arches out. So your preparation is key. Now for a safe wash, you need to get rid of anything loose which might be sitting on the paintwork before you touch it, before you apply any sort of chemical. Give the chemical the best chance possible by reducing the amount of work it's got to do. So you're just using your pressure washer, just blast off with the water pressure as much grime as you can. And you can just see it melting off the car here. Again, no products applied, this is just the water. Now the other side of the car is actually in the sun, it's actually got out quite warm. So I'm just going to focus on this side of the car for the time being. So I've got the high definition road rage mixed up. It's an Alien Magic bottle. But I'm just going to see how effective it is at removing some of this grime. I don't know whether the camera picks this up very well, but I'm just going to spray half this door, leave it for a little while, rinse over. Now the car already has a rinsed on this side, you can see it's still wet. But we're just going to see how far more effective this is at removing this grime before we put snow foam over. So we're just going to do one side of this door. And then we're just going to leave this just for a moment, let this side dwell. We'll rinse over with the pressure washer and we'll just see how much more effective it is at removing the grime just before we put the snow foam over. Okay, so the road rage had up to about a minute just to dwell on this side of the door. So if I bring the camera over, hopefully you'll see it a bit better. So approximately from here across to the left is where the road rage is, and this side there is none. Let's see how effective it can be. So just from that, there is a clear comparison just down here. This side, which had road rage, is much cleaner compared to the right side, which didn't. Just see if we can zoom in on that bit. So you can see the line just here. So that's how effective that pre-wash actually is at removing that grime. So this, on the right hand side, potentially, if this isn't removed, it's still going to cause damage when you come to the contact wash and inflict swells onto your paint. Whereas obviously this side is much more cleansed. So let's go around, we'll work within the sunlight and get more applied to the car. We'll put the road rage on and then cover it in the snow foam just to give it added dwell time. Okay, so onto the snow foam to dwell over the top of the road rage. We have Infinity Wax Wipe Out Snow Foam. Now this brand is new to me, but I'm really interested to experiment with more of their products. But this is in a 10:1 dilution ratio at the moment, and you can go down to a 5:1 or even a 2:1 for extremely soiled areas of cars. But you can see here it puts a nice thick blanket of snow over the car, and this dwelled for easily 10 minutes before I took it off. And the only reason I took it off after 10 minutes was because of how much sun was beating down on the car at this point. And here's some nice dwelling shots for you, just so you can see the purpose of the snow foam is to lift, remove and take any contamination away from the paintwork and leave it on the floor. And then we've got the raspberry ripple effect with the ferrous iron fallout remover already on the wheels. So after approximately 10 minutes we are pulling off the snow foam. Now I could have left this dwelling for quite some time longer, but on the driver's side of the car the sun was just beating down, it got really hot, the panels were starting to dry out. Now you might think I've actually skipped a step because I don't actually show you the contact wash with a 2-bucket method cleaning the car. Simply the sun was too hot, so I had to wash a panel, dry a panel and so on, and you can't do that and keep moving the camera around. So the car did receive the contact wash, it just wasn't recorded. So the trim and tyre dressing of choice was CarPro Pearl, which is a water-based silicon oxide coating. So this is suitable for plastics, engines, rubbers, leathers. It's a high UV protection, slow fading and minimal yellowing of the product. It can restore and create a satin shine finish, which I have to say it really did on the tyres. So it's solvent free, no alcohol, highly durable and up to 3 months in durability. So this is a great all-round product with different dilution ratios depending on the purpose of you using it. I really found it left a nice satin finish on the tyres. Personally I'm more of a high gloss finish, but in some instances the satin is a much more appropriate finish. So as you can see, their car was in desperate need of a good clean. So what have we thought about the products which I've used today? Now, in terms of high definition breakthrough, so this is the wheel shampoo. If you're going to look at this in comparison to another product on the market, you'd be quite inclined to compare it to Garage Therapy 1 wheel shampoo. Now this is obviously a favourite for a lot of people out there. Everybody loves Garage Therapy at the moment. So I was looking for an alternative which I could use and use safely, because my wheels on my car, they're quite sought after and I want to make sure they're maintained to the best of my ability. In terms of cleaning power, you couldn't compare these two products. They're really effective. I found the breakthrough itself didn't create as much suds initially as what Garage Therapy does, but it's still slick and still really effective. You could see on that wheel the froth which was coming out, how dirty it was, and it does have a really nice scent which carries through with the wash, and even now my brushes still smell of this product. So actually I'm really surprised at how effective this product is. Now I use this in the IK foamer, which I think I need to get a new one. It just doesn't foam up. I was told to change the little white filter in it, so I've done that and it's still not foaming. So I've used the correct dilution ratios with this product. So I put 25ml of this in the IK foamer, no less than that in fact. 25ml is in the bucket, so I've put about 15ml of this in the IK foamer and it hasn't foamed up, but it's still effectively cleaned the wheels. So overall, really impressed. Now when it comes to road rage, it says on the bottle bug remover and LSP safe. So I didn't know whether that was effective as a bug remover, but I've used it as a bug remover, and on the lowest dilution ratio it was ineffective against the bugs. However, on the actual bodywork of the car, you saw on that comparison panel with the left hand side of the door applied with the road rage, and how effective it was at removing that stubborn dirt which was left after the initial pre-rinse. So after soaking the car in this, then leaving it to dwell under a blanket of snow foam, it come up really clean, and it was it was then in a stable position to have a clean, safe wash. So really happy, really good product to use. So with the road rage itself, I used it in the little trigger sprayer at the lowest dilution ratio of 20:1. I think what I might do is up it next time, because the car was quite grimy, and apply it through the snow foam lance and then see how effective it is against the bugs. But overall, for a first usage of this product, quite happy, really good. The ferrous iron fallout gel, I mean, it pulled the fallout off. It was good, worked well. I've used quite a little bit, but I did apply it quite liberally. These wheels haven't been decontaminated for a good few months, so it's in need of a good soak. So happy with that, really good. Infinity Wax Wipeout. This is a brand I really want to get in touch with and use some more of their products, so I'm going to be looking around at the weekend for some products to buy, and Infinity Wax could be one of them products, so we'll look around for these. But overall, happy with that. Good snow foam, good dwell time, effective cleaner. And then Carpro Pearl, so I've put this on the tyres at a 1:1, and it left a real nice satin sheen to the tyres. Generally I like a real glossy tyre. However, as I grow up, I probably prefer more satin finish looking at it now. I don't know, but really effective. I like this product. It's the first time I used it. I'm glad I've got it. It's one of them products I think everybody needs to have in their little garage of products to use. So overall, happy with that. So as always, I'd like to finish this with a big thank you to everyone who has took the time to watch this video, and a big thank you to everyone who has recently subscribed. I've gone up a little bit higher again. I've got about another 10 people since the last video, so we're gradually getting there. So if you are new and you have liked this video, please do take the time to like the video, leave a comment and subscribe, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.